Today we're talking about septic systems starting right now. Hi, I'm Darlene Humphreys, your Klamath Falls Realtor. Over the years, I've had people interested in relocating to the area who do not understand septic systems. They were raised in the city. The city pumps the sewage and the wastewater off to some wastewater treatment facility, and they don't have to think anything about it unless they have a problem. So when they see that there's a septic system, they're like, no, we don't want a house with a septic system. We want city services. If you are one of those folks that are not willing to consider a house on septic, you're cutting out a huge swath of possibilities because there's a vast majority of homes in Klamath County that are on septic systems, not on city services, not on city sewer. So let's demystify the septic system. A septic system is basically a mini wastewater treatment facility in your yard. The majority of homes in Klamath County have a standard system. There's also alternative systems like a sand mound, where you have a big mound in your yard. You can't do anything on it. You basically have to fence around it and leave animals, any buildings, anything, nothing can be on the sand mound. And there's TTI systems, and there's some other alternative systems that we won't get into today. For the purposes of this video, we're going to talk about the standard system. A standard septic system is fairly close to the house. There is a holding tank of usually about 1,000 gallons. Sometimes when you find one that we're undigging with the septic company, there's a redwood system, very old, not very many redwood systems. Occasionally when they go after it, it'll be a metal tank, also old, not very common, but the vast majority of our tanks are some form of plastic, and they're 1,000-gallon tanks. Some are smaller, some are bigger, but the vast majority are 1,000 gallons. And then there's sometimes a grinder or a dosing tank to pump that water that comes out of the tank that has been processed sitting in the tank and goes out to a leach field, and then the water leaches down into the substrate, into the dirt, and returns to nature. And that's the basic general way of how a septic system functions. Obviously there's much more into the process, but that's the basic idea. Tank, leach field, that's a septic system. So a typical septic system lasts about 25 years. That's the industry standard for a septic system. Some last much longer. Some septic systems that have been worked pretty hard will not last that long. And the only thing that you have to do as a homeowner is take care of the system. Don't use the flushable wipes. Don't use the big box toilet paper that says it's safe for septics, but the septic system guys tell me it does not break down the way septic safe toilet paper typically does. Don't flush your baby wipes and toilet paper and plastics and things down into the septic tank. And you'll only see the septic service every 5 years or so. They'll come out, pump the tank, get the solids out of there, and then it'll be off humming, doing its thing for years to come. Also, don't put a lot of grease down your septic system. Wipe your pans out, throw the paper towel away. Don't run things through the garbage disposal and let that material get down into your septic tank. That also makes the septic tank work pretty hard. Then you'll see the septic service guys more often. But as a general rule, if you take care of your septic system, it will take care of you. It'll continue to do its thing out there, and you won't even know it's out there. It's just happily processing the wastewater out there. So if you consider a home with septic systems a deal breaker, think again. Septic systems are not that scary. So thank you for joining me. Take care.